Hello, gorgeous souls. Welcome to today's beautiful interview with Giorgia. She's the founder of Casa Milocca. And I'm not going to spend too much time talking about her. I just want you to experience her directly. She is an amazing human being, an amazing business owner, and she does something that I truly love and I'm passionate about. But I'm not going to spoil it for you. So, Giorgia, can you please introduce yourself and also tell us what is Casa Milocca?
Sure, absolutely. So my name is Giorgia, and I'm the founder of Casa Milocca. I studied landscape architecture in Genoa, Italy. You can tell from my thick accent. And then I moved to London, where I work in refurbishment and real estate. And by chance, I came across this book on Feng Shui, and I got so fascinated that I started to implement some remedies in my own place. And I was really surprised to see how the energy shifted in my home and how things were just starting to happen. So I just digged more into the art of Feng Shui, and I studied more and more. And I associated the Feng Shui with environmental psychology as well, to have a kind of a broader picture. And so I thought, why not starting a business with that art at its core. And so I founded Casa Milocca. So Casa Milocca, the name is it's quite funny because it's the name of my daughter Doll, and we played with Milocca on a daily basis with my daughter. And she's a fun, cheeky, naughty doll without any. She's a very free personality, without any limitations, and she really lives in the moment. So it's a reminder for me that life is in the moment. And so I thought to adopt this name as a name of my business, basically.
Beautiful. Thank you, Georgia. So I'm very intrigued by environmental psychology, but we're going to talk about it a little bit further down the line. I'd love to come back to Feng Shui. And how did Feng Shui change the way you look at architecture and interiors?
Yes, so Feng Shui for me was a bit missing a piece of the puzzle, in the sense that architecture look at the practical aspect of a space, the layout, whereas Feng Shui is more about the energetic. And I think we're always dividing and we differentiate disciplines, whereas it's better to bridge them. In my view, for example, architecture is more associated with the yang energy. So it's everything that is visible. Whereas the feng shui and of course also environmental psychology is about the yin, so the shadow part, the things that you don't see but are there nevertheless.
Beautiful. So I had a few experiences with Feng Shui practitioners in my life, and I'm really intrigued on how you bring environmental psychology in your work today. How do you bring architecture, feng shui, environmental psychology in your work? And how is this so different from every other feng shui expert that I ever met?
Sure. For me, environmental psychology helps to understand the behavior of the people that are living in a space, which is different from the energetic of a space. So it's related with the identity of the person rather than the furnitures. Is the relationships within the furnitures? Is the relationships between their objects? So this is the difference. And it's quite interesting how this can, I give you an example, maybe it's easier to understand. So I went to this client's house and I noticed immediately that there was a very small table for toddlers, the IKEA one, the plastic one
Yes.
And and then I asked the question, so how old is your daughter? And she say, I have a 10 years old and an 18 years old. And I was, interesting, this table doesn't reflect the age of the child. And then I was just waiting because I first listened to the client, and then I intervene. So then I said, do you have any problems, any like relationships, frictions? And she said, yeah, my daughter, 10 years old, she's quite defiant. She doesn't really listen to me. She wouldn't behave as I kind of want her to. And then I immediately make the connection of the desk signaling the child that she's not old enough and she's not capable enough. And
Mm.
so this is a part that is more connected, for example, with environmental psychology rather than Feng Shui, strictly Feng Shui. So I don't know if I
Beautiful.
answer your question.
So did you study environmental psychology? Is it
Yes,
something?
yes, I studied as a side course during my architecture studies in Genoa, in Italy. And my PhD was about the influence that plants has on patients in hospitals. It was followed by research that patients in hospitals that are looking out for greens or like trees needs two-thirds less than anti-inflammatory, antidepressant than the clients that are actually, the patients that are actually looking for a wall or like a concrete wall or, yeah, not a green space, basically.
Beautiful. So I discovered something new about you. You have a PhD, so we should call you Dr. Giorgia
No,
Kelly.
no, don't exaggerate. It's fine. It was long time ago, but these things just stays with you. It fires that emotion, and when you learn something that you like, oh wow, this could be amazing for even for the NHS. They're gonna save so much money just putting plants or placing just an indoor plant next to the patient's bed. But of course,
Beautiful.
it's not known, unfortunately, as much. But anyway, so yeah, it was a long time ago, but I kept studying, I kept reading, and I kept get curious about this.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So, Georgia, for somebody who is new to it, how would you explain what feng shui is and how you apply it maybe differently from another feng shui person?
So feng shui is the art of creating the space working for you, like modifying the space, your home, in a way that works for you. The environment is never neutral. So the environment is either positive or negative. It can help you thrive, or it can actually um, put your energy down, drain your energies. So by changing the environment, it can be as easy as moving a furniture, so just shifting a desk, or changing the layout of a room, or placing a mirror in a different position. Then you can have a positive environment, a positive flow of energy. And this works with you. So it's like a parallel energy that works with your life, and you go with it. Whereas if you have a negative energy, you kind of work against it. It's like a flow of a river. You can swim with the flow, or you can swim against the flow, and it's very difficult to swim against the flow. Whereas if you swim with the flow, everything is easier and everything happens naturally. So this is the art of feng shui. It's moving the changing the environment for your own good, for to optimize your life.
Thank you. And how would you, because I know you really like to go and see clients in person, you like to visit their home, and you came to mine as well. Thank you. Do you how is that so much more important than maybe asking one of the AI these days, oh, sending picture of my home and how do you think I should move things according to feng shui? Because I'm sure a lot of people are tempted by doing so, but what is the danger of just taking pictures on our phone, sending it to the chat, and then listening to the answer compared to you visiting the home and talking to that person and giving recommendation and sometimes doing the work with them?
Yes, the feng shui, it's very much about the energy of a space. Is not about the aesthetic. So with the aesthetic, I understand that some people could use the tools of like AI to upload the picture. I would be careful on that as well, to be honest, but I kind of understand that. But with feng shui, I don't think you can do it. You could give partial tips. I have some clients that send me sometimes pictures, so friends, and I'm happy to just spare some tips, for free, just. But I never get paid by that because I don't want that. I don't think it's a proper service because feng shui is not only, by the way, about the inside, it's also about the surroundings. So you need to see buildings around the property, how they interact with the building, the junction, the flows, the water features. So it's the neighbors. So it's really important to go and see a place. And I think it's these things, with online, they're a bit of a shortcuts, and I don't agree with these methods. For feng shui, of course, it depends what you're doing, but in
Mhm.
feng shui, you have to go to the property.
Thank you. Thank you, Georgia. So if we look at your business specifically, what is the type of clients you usually work with?
A good question. I usually work with people that have some personal growth themselves, and then they realize that the environment no longer supports the old version of themselves of them. Sorry, my English. So it happens that you have some therapy basically, and then you start to discover who you really are, what you really like, and then suddenly you see that painting. Oh, this is my mother painting that she gave it to me. I actually don't like it. And you start to have a conscious attitude towards your environment. You start to see things. You say, "Oh my God, that shelves, it's so cluttered. It's awful. Why I didn't even see it? Why I don't see it? Why I don't take care of it?" And so you start to realize that it's just working against you, and you're swimming against the flow.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
then I have few clients that just finished their basically their journey, um, discovery, self discovery journey, and then they reach to me. After all, what you can control is just yourself and the environment around you. You cannot control anything else. So
beautiful, beautiful. And for somebody who is, let's say, self-aware, but haven't really thought about feng shui, really haven't maybe known about feng shui, but what are some of the things that they might experience in their day-to-day life that maybe it's gonna, if they listen to this interview, they might say, oh, feng shui, it's probably the answer for me. What are some of the
some
things
of the
that they experience?
some of the problems. So
Yes.
some of the problems they are experiencing are, for example, a constant sense of fatigue,
Hmm.
tiredness. You feel you're working a lot, but nothing is really translating into actual revenue, insomnia, relationship clashes, these kind of problems, I would say.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
just not feeling home at home. I have clients that are going to the cafe to work, and I say, why would you do that? Why don't you work at home? I
Mhm.
understand you want to, this change of scenery, but then there is a problem in the home and the layout. How is it divided? Why you don't have a space where you can work at home and you'll be happy to work in at home? So these are things to, I mean, food for thoughts.
Yes.
And I think, why not trying? After all, it's a 33% more possibility
Yeah.
uh, to work with your energy and with your luck.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So clients come to you, they're having one or all of these problems. And then what happened after they work with you?
So sometimes I go to the property and I talk with the client, I take time, and then I send a report with all the remedies and implementations. And then I check later on to see how they're doing. And for example, I have a client that was struggling finding a new position, a new job. He wasn't very happy. And it was like about 2 years. He was finding for something new and more like exciting. So we look at the home and I straight away understood there was a problem in the entrance. So the entrance was a bit neglected, which is quite common because when you enter the home, you tend to forget about it, the front. But the front is extremely important, especially for the career area.
Mm.
So you need to make sure you put the extra effort and maybe put a little investment to have this space really taken care of. And funny enough, after not even, I mean, we just finished the entrance. And also with the architecture, it's a good addition because then I can refer a builder to redo the entrance. So it depends on, of course, on the level. Sometimes you just need to clean the entrance, but sometimes you need to retile it, you know. So obviously it depends on the status of it. And funny enough, after we didn't even finish the works, and he called and he said, "You can't believe it, I just signed a new contract." I was like, just wow. Wow. I mean, I knew it, but it just confirmed what I knew already.
Beautiful, beautiful. And Giorgio, so again, let's call him John. Did John call you because he knew that Feng Shui is a wonderful thing to do and maybe it was going to help him with his job? Or did John just said, oh, I don't know, you got introduced and he said, I've tried everything else. I'm going to give Feng Shui a go. And boom, he got his job.
He heard about Feng Shui in the office. He heard about that, and so he contacted me because of that.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. So would you say it was already open and ready for?
yes, I think so. You don't have to fully believe in feng shui and think that every little shift translate in something good that happens in your life. But I think you should keep an open mind. After all, even the scientists are now looking for things that they don't see, but they know that it's there, like
Mhm.
dark energy, dark matter. It's all there. They tested it, so they know there is something there, but they can't see, so they
Beautiful.
can't prove it. But
Yes, yes,
nevertheless, it's there,
it's
and it's
there.
fascinating. And so you need to have an open mind. You need to have a broad mind. You need to really think disciplines should be interconnected. They shouldn't be separate. Should be
Beautiful.
architecture together with feng shui, together with psychology, together with art. You know, it's very important. I think this is the missing part. And we tend to divide everything. Even like, are you a cat person or a dog person? Are you, I don't know, are you right wing or left wing? Why do we do that to us? Sorry, I'm going a bit out of the subject, but for me it's very important. I mean, I think we should just take the good things of both and just create something that is really, really beautiful and really works for us and makes our lives better.
Beautiful. And so once somebody has done the work with you, what happened next? Is it like, okay, forever I'm going to be okay? Or do you tend to see that people that are already open to feng shui, then they're going to call you every year for a little top up, a little maintenance? Or do they say, you know what, this year I want to improve my relationship, and then maybe in the next 6 months I want to improve my career, in the next 6 months I want to improve my health? How does it really show up?
Yes, it's a little bit like the diet, right? I give you the diet, and then it's kind of up to you to do it or not. But then I don't think this method is completely. It's okay if you are a very determined person and I know you're gonna do it. But most of the time we feel overwhelmed and then we feel stuck, and then we feel, oh, I can't do it, I can't declutter, it's just too much. So what I also offer is like a ongoing support, which means every month I check up with you. We speak a couple of hours. If necessary, I come and we can shift a few more things. Or you might have different problems, as you said. Maybe you sort out the insomnia, and then you have, you have a desire to maybe have a more fulfilling relationship and love life. So things can develop and changes depending on your needs. So I recommend, of course, to have a conscious mindset towards your environment. You don't necessarily need to call me every month. I mean, of course, I'm available and happy to help, but it's just an exercise to be conscious. And of course, if needed, you can always contact me and I'll be, able to help.
Beautiful. And I know you created a curated 21-day home edit. So I'm very, very passionate about this program. Can you tell me a little bit about what is the curated 21-day home edit and who is it best suited for?
Yes, this has been created to really see the changes and to actually test Feng Shui within the 3 weeks. Of course, it depends on the intention as well you put in it. But this service has within the home energy review, which is my basic service. So I come to you, we spend a couple of hours to speak, and then I send you the full report, following up call. But I also added the sourcing of furniture's artwork across London, which is quite interesting because sometimes when your space is not aligned with you anymore, you tend to, of course, you get rid of things that you don't need, maybe clutters or maybe paintings that have been gifted to you but you don't necessarily like, and then your home feels a bit empty. And this has happened also when you do therapy. You feel a bit empty and you start to think, oh, who am I? I don't know who am I anymore. You feel lost, but it's actually a good sign. So I'm helping the client to fill that gap with the furnitures, with aesthetic, with artworks, with things that will reflect and be aligned with the client personality.
Beautiful. I love, love, love this service because again, I saw a few feng shui practitioners and none of them said, "Don't worry, I'll pick you up in my car in London and drive you around." And this is to me, people, if you're like me, you like luxury service, this is luxury service where you don't have to think about anything. But I also know it comes with a limited spot, right? Because you cannot offer this to everybody and anybody, given that you're also a mom. I'm going to ask you in a minute. And so how many spots a month do you have for the curated 21-day home edit?
So for month, I've got 3 spots.
3 spots. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So first in, first first booked, right? Yes.
Yes.
So don't miss this opportunity. And who is the best person for this?
Um, I would say clients that want the change
Mhm.
and are really ready to bring their life to another level, to a better level of wellness and alignment. So whoever is really curious to see if Feng Shui works, because I know it does. So
Mhm.
I have no doubt, and I can't wait for also people and clients to understand that and cherish that and enjoy this new part that is
Beautiful.
yet to come. And yeah, the sourcing is also something that I'm really passionate about because my parents were always taking me to shops, auction houses,
Oh,
and like vintage markets. galleries, museums. So I developed this kind of also eye for beauty and art. Not necessarily, it doesn't have to be an expensive piece. Again, it can be as cheap as a bric-a-brac, you find in a market. And I know many, many beautiful places in London that I can't wait to show.
Oh, excellent, excellent. I might need to take you up on that offer. So, does it work for individuals, the 21-day home edit, or could it work for a small beauty salon, a small art gallery, a property,
Oh,
estate
it can work
agent?
for workspaces as well, of
Mm,
course, because it's as important. We spend
beautiful.
about 18 hours per day indoors and 8 hours per day, depending on, of course, on the. Sometimes you work from home nowadays, but about, I would say, an average of 6 hours per day in the office. So
Wow.
it's quite
Yes.
big chunk of time.
Yes.
Um, so it's
Yes.
important that the environment reflects you back and help you at home and in the workspace as well.
Beautiful. So I know you're a mom, right?
Yes.
So I understand for you, you have a strong focus as well on children's room. And do you want to tell us about why you're so passionate and you think it's from toddlers to teenagers, quite a critical time where Feng Shui really, really helps?
Yes, because obviously children they develop and they change at an incredible speed. And often parents are busy and for us time flies, but for them really times is diluted. So it's like one day for them is one of our week. And so it's important that we signal in them we are seeing you by updating the bedroom every 3/6 months.
Wow.
Often, I know it's a lot of work, but 6 months is good enough.
Hmm.
Um, Often, children has their room function as uh, sleeping place, creativity place, studying place. So it's a multiple activity area. And this can be a bit stressful and disconnecting for a child because it's they are kind of merging into each other, the activities. For example, a way to keep the bed area, the sleeping area, with the high activity area would be, for example, putting a rug underneath the bed to visually delimitate the space where you sleep and the space where you, for example, study or you play. Just this small remedy already signaling the child, this is where you need to rest, this is where you can rest, and this is where you can study and your brain will function more actively. So it's quite fascinating. Just a few shifts, you can actually really help the child to settle to bed more easily. Of course, the rug need to go out of the bed so that you can visually see that from the
Beautiful.
outside.
Beautiful. What an amazing tip. And Georgia, I can see from a few snapshot of your home that it is a dream home. So how did it work for you when you enter? How long have you been in this home and did you change everything, stripped everything? Or how does it work for you personally to be a mother, business owner, a spouse, and having this dream home where everything looks picture perfect?
I the house. I mean, the house is not perfect. I want to say that because sometimes you see these beautiful pictures and say, "Oh, this is the dream house," but then after a couple of weeks, it's messy. I mean, life is imperfect as well, so we shouldn't be too perfectionists in our own space. We should be compassionate to ourselves and our space. Having said that, I always loved homes all my life. Since I was a child, wherever my parents were taking me, I just say, "Can we go home now?" I just enjoyed stay home. Um, and so This house, funny enough, it's a maisonette. I'm based in Chiswick, and we bought it from a couple, a Chinese couple. And actually, I didn't know about Feng Shui when we bought it a few years ago now, like 5 years ago. And it has a pool outside for like a pond for with the
Oh,
fish. Yes.
oh,
And then I was like, but of course the fish wasn't there anymore. And then I thought, why do we need that? I'm just covering it, with
no.
with aromatic. Yes. So I put like mint, lavender, which is still okay, but not as good as fish.
Hmm.
And then I click. I say, oh my God, what did I do? Now I'm thinking I should reopen it and put back the fish.
Well, they would probably already feng shui the house, right?
Yes, I think so. Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
And so I don't know if I did a good job, but I'm working on it every day. I just keep on moving furnitures. I love moving furnitures all the time. It's just
W-
my hobby. Oh, this space should go here. This one should go here.
Would you say that maybe as a as support, if somebody goes through a divorce, loss, something, maybe losing their job, would you say that maybe removing the furniture would be a good thing for them?
It depends. It depends what the furnitures communicate to you because objects hold an energy and it can be negative or positive. It's funny because I was sitting in this restaurant. There was like a sofa. I was sitting like this. And then I kind of have a feeling. I look behind my shoulder and there was a puppet there,
Hmm.
sit
Hmm.
there. I was like, oh, this is just odd. So it depends on what the furniture communicates to you. But of course, objects from old relationships, it's like there is a cord between you and the object. So it's up to you to decide if you want to cut the cord or if you want to keep the link.
Okay.
Just keep in mind that it has to be a joyful link.
Okay.
Otherwise, it will just work against you.
Beautiful. So again, for those listening, don't improvise. I think Georgia just told me again, work with an expert. She can come and she can tell you, yes, this is supportive, this is not supportive. And it's a lot easier to have somebody helping you decide that. So, Georgia, as a final question, what would you like people to remember after hearing about your work?
I would like people to be really conscious about their space and really knowing uh, that the space can help them. It can help them succeed, having better relationship, having a better work, a better job, having better life, better health, better wellness in general. And this is a principle that really, I think I got in love with Feng Shui after I learned this. So for the Chinese, the destiny is determined by three factors. Three factors. One is the destiny of the heavens, is called, which is the influence of the fate, the luck, sheer luck, and you have no control over it. So you can't do anything to change it. And then there is the destiny of the self, which is your actions, your determination in achieving your goal, and you have full control over it.
Mm.
Sometimes you need some therapy, some push. You need people like Alex to help you achieve the best of yourself. And then there is the destiny of the earth, which is your environment. And you
Mm.
also have full control over your environment. Partially full control. It depends also, but you can control your environment. And so this means that you have 33+% of chances to increase your life. So for me, it's like mind blowing. I had goosebumps when I read that. I say, wow, I can increase my life by 33%, increase in terms of, wellness by
Yes,
33% just by changing and shifting my environment. It's great.
beautiful,
So I
beautiful.
thought, this is what I want people to reflect about.
Beautiful, beautiful. And what's the best way to contact you, Giorgia?
Well, I have a website up and running, www.casamilocca.co.uk, or at my email address, which is georgia@casamilocca.co.uk.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, and of course I've got Instagram account again, Casamilocca, and LinkedIn. So
Beautiful. And I know
I'm out there.
you share a lot of tips on Instagram, so go and follow Casa Milocca. Giorgia, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you here. And everybody else, go and check out Giorgia. Go for the 21 home edit. You will not be disappointed. Thank you for watching.